hey, this is awesome, I can do comedy and eat a sandwich at the same time. Awesome. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Nice to see everybody. Hello, over there. Nice to see you're still alive, sir. So, let me get this out of the way real quick. I know as I made your way up here, you may have noticed I'm a little bit different than most of you here tonight. Yes, a little bit special. You guessed it, that's right. I am Asian. And you expecting something else? The thing about being Asian is people associate Asian people with a lot of positive stereotypes. Am I right, Asian couple in the back? Right? Okay, we're don't pay attention. Usually, yeah, sure, whatever you say. But Asian people are known for being really smart and good at math, and it really sucked trying to live up to those expectations as a kid in school. Because anybody that would be sitting next to me would be looking at me and thinking, he's Asian, and he's in a wheelchair, and he has glasses, he must not do anything but study his math homework. They were sadly mistaken to find out I suck at math, and we both failed all the tests that year. And, like, even though most people in my school knew that I was Asian, not many people knew what my exact nationality was. And, you know, kids are rude. They ask you so, like, meanly. They're like, so, what kind of Chinese are you? Not Chinese. I'm actually Thai. And that's Thai from Thailand. I'm sure you guys all know what the capital of Thailand is. Alright, I punched all the nuts down. Don't worry, you can punch me back. I just don't. I won't feel it. Don't worry about it. I won't feel it because I'm in a wheelchair. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm in this wheelchair. And it's not, you know, it might not be the reason you think. I'm in this wheelchair not because I can't walk. I'm in this wheelchair because my dick's too big and it's holding me down. It's a curse, you know. And I hate people who ask me questions about my disability because I don't really mind answering questions. I just hate stupid questions. Just people make a lot of assumptions about me because I'm in a wheelchair. People come up to me all the time and be like, so you're in a wheelchair, you must play wheelchair basketball, right? Or you must race other people in wheelchairs. Or since you're in a wheelchair, you must be able to hold a wheelie for a really long time. Now, if I made these types of assumptions to people that I meet for the first time, I'd be a fucking racist. Like, I can't go up to an Asian person and be like, oh, you're Asian? You must be either really good at math, work in a nail salon, or be a terrible driver. I can't go up to a black person and be like, oh, you're black? You must either run really fast, love white women, or never pay child support. I can't go up to an Indian person and be like, oh, you're Indian? You must either work at Dunkin' Donuts, smell like curry, or be a suicide bomber. Like, I can't do that. People make these assumptions when they meet me for the first time. And, you know, I like to make jokes about my handicap in times when people least expect it. Like, when it's cold outside and people bitch about the cold, I like to say things like, yeah, it really is cold out here. I can't feel my feet. You should see the reactions. You know, I have to adapt to a lot of situations because of my handicap. Like, I drive. I have my license. I've had it for about a year now, and that's annoying. So yeah, I have my license, and I'm glad that I have my license because that means I no longer have to take driving lessons. Because, you know, when I learned how to drive, it was difficult because I had to overcome 2 handicaps when I started learning how to drive. Obviously, because of my physical handicap, I have to use hand controls. And the second one means me being Asian, because Asian people are terrible drivers. So whenever I would mess up during a driving lesson and my instructor's staring at me, I would always act super Asian so he would feel sorry for me. I would mess up a turn or something, he would be staring at me and just look back and be like, oh, so sorry. I didn't see the line. Roads in America are different than back in Asia. Thank you so much. Super arrows. Please forgive me, please. Another thing that's a little bit difficult for me is dating. I find it hard. That's annoying too. Jeez. So another thing that's difficult is dating. I find it hard to find girls that want to date me just with my disability. But I refuse to do what my one friend wants me to do, which is date girls in wheelchairs. Nah, I'm not that desperate. He was so serious about me dating a girl in a wheelchair that he actually signed me up for a handicap dating website. Now you may think that dating is hard, online dating is hard, marriage, if you're married, that's probably hard. You haven't seen shit, you've seen this fucking website. Just hopeless, lonely people, which really makes you wonder why they're single in the first place. And when I go out in public with my one friend and signed me up for this website, he doesn't just end there. Like, he'll pull out other girls in wheelchairs in public and be like, look, James, that girl's for you, that girl's for you. No, I don't want anything to do with her. She can't do anything, I can't do anything, she can't feel anything, I can't feel anything. We're going to just race each other all the time? I don't want our relationship to be an event in Special Olympics for the rest of my life. No, that's no future. But, you know, my friends are crazy like that. I don't really have some of the smartest friends either. I have one friend, I told him I was doing comedy, and he didn't know what I meant by comedy. So I was like, you know, like stand-up comedy. He's like, dude, you can stand up. I told him yes, now he thinks this whole wheelchair thing is a part of my comedy acts. Told him. Another one of my friends, whenever we see each other, we're extremely racist towards one another, because he's black, I'm Asian, and whenever I see him, I try and say the most stereotypical black thing I can think of when I see him, and he says the most stereotypical Asian thing he can think of when he sees me. So I like to try and give him a very stereotypical black name, but it's hard to think of something original, because his first name is Deshaun. Kind of takes away one of my options right there. Usually I'll just be like, yo, what's up, Tyrone? And he'll be like, what's up, Chang? The other day when I saw him, I was like, what's up, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles? And he was like, what's up, $15 pedicure? I was hanging out with a few friends. We were all just sitting around talking, and they started to make a sexual bucket list. In case you don't know what a sexual bucket list is, it's a list of sexual acts that you want to achieve before you die. And they all have like normal male fantasies. One wanted to have sex with a black girl, another one wanted to have sex with an Asian girl, you know, anal, threesome, you know, normal stuff like that. And it got me thinking about what my sexual bucket list would consist of. Like, number one would be to have feeling in my dick. And number two would be able to find a girl that takes the dick. Like, it's not that much to ask for. Hopefully God will answer my prayers on this one. And I got a new job recently, and I like my new job. It's cool. There's a lot of cool people who work there. I work with like 3 older, like middle-aged white women. You know, they're cool, but they play the lottery a lot, and they talk about like the lottery. And the other day, I overheard one of them say, "Hey girls, I got my lottery tickets for this weekend. You know, I'm really hoping these numbers come through for me. I prayed last night to God for a miracle." Now, I've been praying to God for over 20 years for a different type of miracle, and if he answers her prayers instead of mine, I'm going to feel some type of way about that. Because to me, a miracle is giving someone feeling in their legs when they don't have feeling in their legs, not matching 5 numbers on a sheet of fucking paper. Nice. And one of my friends convinced me to smoke weed for the first time recently. And I thought there would be more weed smokers in here by the looks of things. So my friend was, you know, he didn't know if I was going to get high or not. So he was like, dude, I want to make sure I get you high as fuck. So before I finish the story, I just want to let you know, he accomplished his goal. Because after I started smoking with him for a few minutes, I got so high, I couldn't feel my arms. Now that might not be that big of a deal to you, but to me, someone who can't feel his legs, not being able to feel his arms as well, thinking he's going to be a vegetable for the rest of his life, was really scary in that minute. So, I mentioned the job that I have. I like the job, it's a cool job. It's a big company, a lot of people work there, so we have assigned parking. And when I got hired, I put at the top of the permit, the paper that I had to fill out, I put needs handicapped parking. And I gave it to my supervisor, and he came back a little bit later in the day, and he's like, yeah, HR is going to need proof that you're handicapped. Well, what do they want, a picture, video of me punching myself in the nuts and not writhing in pain? Like, how do you want me to prove that I'm handicapped? And eventually I realized that I have this handicapped person's ID card, and it's ironic because it's from the DMV, but I've had this long before I ever started driving. And I started looking at the card and I noticed there's an expiration date on the card. Why? My handicap doesn't expire. This is a permanent fucking thing going on here. Apparently the people at the DMV are very optimistic that a miracle is going to occur in my life before November of 2015. Hopefully it'll come true. And, you know, my friends think that handicap parking is like the greatest thing ever. You know, they're like, dude, you get handicap parking. I wish I could have handicap parking. Oh, really? Well, I can't walk, I can't run, can't jump rope, can't go upstairs, can't go downstairs. And you guys aren't getting this part of the joke. You're all just looking at me all sad, like, oh, it's a shame. I feel sorry for him. I can't do any of those things. So I'm like, I wish I could do those things, you know. It's not like handicap parking really makes up for all that. And really, when I saw your faces, once I started listening off, you guys look so sad. Like, I could see the sympathy in all of your faces. You know, I need a lot of sympathy because of my handicap. And I know it's because I'm in a wheelchair, and it's not because of the other disability that I have, and that's the fact that I'm fat. Because nobody feels sorry for fat people. You know, they're the only people, they're the only form of minority group, the only disability, where if you're fat, nobody really cares. You know, there's never going to be a Fat History Month. There's never going to be fat people parking. There's never going to be a fat pride parade. You know, if there's ever a parade for fat people, it'll be the shortest parade ever because fat people would walk like 2 blocks, get tired, and be like, fuck this shit, I want to go home and eat a sandwich. All right, thank you.